Hello, this is Thomas coming to you again and giving you an update on my third BC 95. We're trying to keep these bees at 95 degrees, so I'm building my third box right now. I made modifications to it to see if I can keep them at a steady temperature and they wouldn't have to work as hard inside the hive. That way they can bring in a lot of resources, a lot of nectar, a lot of pollen, and don't have to worry about working real hard inside the hive if I can help them out in this wonderful heat we have here in Phoenix. I got home from work quite early today because I guess the president's landing and they shut down the airport, so they signed us out, and here I am at home building my third box. I got quite a bit done on this today. I'll show you so far what I got going. Right here, these are going to be the ventilation hose that come up from the bottom. This is going to be the AC, goes down. This one right here is going to be the inlet for the Peltier cooler. I drilled some more up here for the exhaust. There's two up there in the back, two on the floor. I've spaced them this time. I measured them. I opened up this other box that I was going to put on the other beehive, and I measured the frames, so the cooling's going to drop down here instead of over here on my first one, and so I think it's hitting the frames a little too much. I got to modify it, close the holes and re-drill or something on the other ones, or modify them later. But it's going to come in between here on the between the 7th and 8th frame, and over here on the second or the first and second frame. And on back, it'll be the same over here where the air will pull up in between there. So I feel that it will get better suction, better airflow dropping down into the hive. I put two exhausts here, suction here. These are exhaust. We're going to wire screen that up. On the Peltier cooler, I squeezed it in there. First I measured the hole, squeezed it up against there. I put some C-clamps. Where'd I put my C-clamps? Anyways, I put these C-clamps to hold it on there until I glued it and nailed it. Put them on there, held it like that, squished it, and then I put some nails up there in the top with my compressor gun, nail gun. And it was a lot easier than the first time around I did it. So I got to drill a couple small holes for my temperature sensors here. I need to get some more screws. I ran out of screws to put on the fans. That's what's holding me up right now. I don't have screws to bolt the fans on. But anyways, this is the update. I'm gonna put a wall all the way across this time instead of just that little corner on the other one, because when the one fan's doing the suction for the AC, it'll still come through the two holes for ventilation. And when the AC gets cool enough and the humidity's high, this one suction here fan will turn on, and it'll still have two holes to release the humidity. That's the modification I made to this one. I believe it's going to be much better because I moved the holes down to where they're going to sit where the frames are and go in between the frames. I measured it, and so I think it's going to be a lot better this time around. Also, yesterday when I got home from work, I had a little time. I built my bees a front porch. This will sit right in the front. I put some wing nuts and screws there and put a metal I don't know, dowel in there. It screws in and it tightens up on the top so I can take it off, put it on here for rainy weather. And I put some weather stripping right here along the edge, get a tight seal, push it up against there. That bar right there will lean up against the front, and it will hold right up against there. And when it rains, the rain won't go in the bottom hive hole, and the sides will block the side wind and side rain right there. So try to keep them dry in the monsoons out here. But that's project I did yesterday. Because they said, my wife was telling me we're going to get rain, thunderstorms on Thursday, but she said, well, it's a slight chance now. But anyways, I got that ready to go for my prized possession hive. So I'll give you another update and pick up some screws tomorrow and get more of this finished. I probably have it finished by Friday. We're getting irrigation again, so I probably won't be able to put this on until Sunday. Some of that water soaked down in the ground. If you've seen it out back on some other videos, the ground gets real dry and cracked after a couple of days. So that's just another update. I put my temperature sensors and fans, and I'll be able to insulate my hoses a lot better, and I'm going to do a way better job on this box than I did the other ones. But that's my update for you guys right now. You guys have a good afternoon and a good evening. If you like my videos, try to subscribe and smash the like button. Getting a lot of views on some things, but I ain't got no subscribers. It really doesn't matter to me anyways, but somehow if you subscribe or whatever, other people will see the videos and maybe help some bees where it's really hot in the climate. That's what we're trying to do, is get better ideas for our bees and more production for you and more production for them. Make a little more money on your honey sales. Anyways, that's it for this evening. This is Thomas, the unorthodox beekeeper, shutting down. Good night.